Settle down. It's like looking in the mirror. Anxiety is building up, and I finally figured out. It's been some time, love, since I felt like I was worth much more than any other, reflected in my father's eyes.
So, Izzy, you are the son of a friend of mine. And of course, I had a dad, and I was a young man. And my dad was an introvert, an artist in New York City. He was very shy. He thought his son was an outrageous extrovert, and he was never quite comfortable with me. And he died when I was 31, and I never got the chance to have it out with him, to let him know that he was okay in my books in some ways, but in other ways, he wasn't. I wanted him to be a great artist and to take risks, and he didn't do that. He stayed under the shell, sort of, and made a living and kept his nose to the grindstone. So we had our differences, and I never got the chance. So you've written this song about your father. How do you see your relationship with your father right now? What are you trying to say in this song, which really touched me, Izzy?
I talked to you on the phone the other day, and we were kind of hashing out what we wanted to talk about today, and it got me thinking, and I actually called my dad either later that day or the next day, and I was like, Dad, look, I wrote this album, and he knew that it was coming out, and he knew it was called Father, and I was like, I guess I haven't really like sat down with you and talked about why I felt the need to write this song and this album, and that it's not about your shortcomings or a complicated relationship in that aspect in any way, but it's more of like an ode to the people that I come from. You know, it's like the people that create us in a way. And a big part of how we come to be is the impact our parents have on us. He's complicated, and he hasn't always made the right decisions, and he hasn't always made the right decisions impacting me or my family. But, you know, people make mistakes and they mess up. And I think a big part of this record was me becoming an adult and realizing that even good people mess up sometimes.
I'm going to play the whole song for the viewers of this video, but in the song, you describe an insecurity, which many of us know who have grown up, and fear. And you want to share something with your father, but you don't really know what it is.
What I can say is this song specifically is, I guess, me seeing my parents and saying that I understand you haven't always been the best, or sometimes you've made mistakes, but I accept even those mistakes and those parts of you that maybe have impacted me negatively, because at the end of the day, it still impacted me and shaped me to who I am today. And I'm really proud of that person. And so I understand that people are complicated, and I still love you.
You're trying to be a songwriter, singer, and this is your first album. Do you want this as a profession? Is this a chosen profession? Is it the best you can do? Is it what you really want to do? Give me a sense of, as this album gets released, how you see yourself right now.
What I love more than anything in the world is writing music and kind of crafting songs in this way. And then there was a point in my life that I realized my other greatest love was building community and making friends and traveling and connecting with people. And so I haven't been doing this that long, but in the time I have done it, I have gotten to travel to so many incredible spaces and have met and made so many friends with people halfway across the country that if I wasn't doing this, I would have never met. I mean, due to this pandemic, I'm not really on the road or able to do what I've been doing in the same capacity. But when I get to do it, when I get to travel, meet people, and connect with them in this way, especially through my songs, which are so personal to me, it's absolutely everything I want in the world.
Well, I certainly wish you luck in this effort. I love your father. He's a very unusual man in my life. And I'm happy to do this interview with you. And I hope that everybody who sees this interview between you and I takes a listen to your album, a very personal, intimate group of songs, and that you get to travel more when this damn thing is over, huh?
Things are going to shift in a cool way. I think humans are good at adapting. So, I think that'll probably be the case for this.
Settle down. It's like looking in the mirror. Anxiety is building up, and I finally figured out it's been some time, love, since I felt like I was worth much more than any other, reflected in my father's eyes, and I could use a good touch, and maybe even your love could help me figure out what I've been trying to tell you for days. Settle down now. There's something in the water. It keeps on getting hazier, and we're just trying not to drown. And just below the surface, treading water, holding your breath, you've been swimming for a while, and I grew up landlocked and proud, and I could use a good touch, and maybe even your love could help me figure out what I've been trying to tell you for years. That I could use a new distraction. Smoking's not a habit that I wanna keep up. I'm getting older and I can feel it. I run, and all these years have been fighting it, and I do fear that I don't know what's going on, and if I don't, it's okay, I'm older now. If I don't, it's alright, you'll love me still, and I could use a good touch, and maybe even your love could help me figure out what I've been trying to tell you for years.